want to show you all what that looks like. One of the reasons I love this job is I get to meet really cool people. There's my car. I get to meet really cool people and interesting people with stories, and sometimes I get the day with them and sometimes I get the day to myself. And so today I am by myself just doing the reinstallation. And when my customer gets back, here's a tip. I use these baggies not only for the hardware, but I use them to separate the doors so that they don't scratch each other up. I also have them back to back. I try to get as much back to back as I can in there. So that's the scene. Let me grab a couple of these. And everything else is in. So it's nice mid-century modern here in southern Connecticut. This job came from my website and Craigslist and from a host of videos just like this one. So the customer got in touch with me via text and sent a bunch of photos of these cabinets, which were all raw wood. And I actually quoted, as I usually do now, I quoted them from the text. And I just worked with a per door pricing. These were just over $1,800. So anyway, this is the scene on the last day. I brought in all my tools, just a couple buckets really full of stuff. And I protected the counters, and I have the drills set up and ready to go. And this will be instructive as far as a few tips about how this operation works. All right. So here we have number 5. This was marked when I pulled it out. I marked it 5 top, 5 bottom, right? And in the bag, I put a piece of tape saying 5T on then one of them because it would be redundant to do both. All the hardware goes in the bag. All right, marked 5. I have all my bags laid out in order. These are the letters. They go with the bottom, the darker ones, and then the numbers go with the lighter ones. So sometimes you need to separate letters and numbers. Anyway, there's 5 up there ready to go. These are quick release variety. But as you can see on my second visit here, I had already painted all of these surfaces here and patched up a little bit too. I did the outer shell of things. I do underneath. I had a totally different color on the sides. This is all done with primer first. This bin shellac-based primer first, and then I rolled using a foam roller. I rolled the rest. There's a dog in the background trying to scratch through the door. Anyway, there's always a little bit more patching to do on the last day. I'm going to caulk this line to make it nice, but generally on day 2 all the painting happens, and on day 1 is removal, and day 1 also is like putting tape everywhere. I also like to put, when I remove the door faces, see this is a letter, so these are dark, these are going to be darker. The bottom half basically is this darker paint. I put this tape here for the customer so they can easily pull those drawers out without wrecking their fingers, trying to pull it out. So I remove everything and number everything, letter everything on day 1, and bring everything home, and then a day or 2 later I come back with the paint and roll it on with a foam roller. And as you can see, it still needs just a little bit of paint here and there, but I get it as close as I possibly can on day 2. And I also protect the appliances. A trick here is I actually pull the appliance out like an inch if I can, then put the tape on, and then I tuck it back in. You can see the tape is behind there, so that's a little trick. I also tape, even though I probably could paint this surface without getting the the stone painted. It's just aesthetically, it's nice. The customer feels assured that you're taking care with things if you tape the stone, the surfaces, the countertops. So there's all that. Also, to protect the countertop on the top, I also will tape there. And so I'm guessing this will probably need another coat right here. Easily done. I brought it along. And again, a tip for, I haven't heard anybody on YouTube talk about transporting these things. They need to be bone dry. I use Aura, so I need at least a night with them drying on the racks before I load the car. And I try to go as much back to back as I can and put these baggies in between so they're not rubbing each other the wrong way. So this is the last day. On day one I get the first third of payment, and on the last day, which is generally a week later, I usually start on a Monday and finish on a Tuesday or something the following week, I get the second payment of 2/3. So in this case it was 600, and then it'll be 1,200. So this allows me to be running several jobs at once and to I don't know that I'm being paid and keep it really streamlined and efficient. So anyway, homeowners and painters, hope this video has been helpful. Again, I use Aura. I spray it at home after spraying on the shellac-based bin. It's called bin primer. You can see it's pretty good sprayed. Still has a little bit of texture, but it's solid paint. It's good. And these are going to be flat too. So you can see it came out pretty good. You can tell it's been sprayed. But I actually do a bit of foam rolling at home too. So I foam roll it. I make sure there's like 2 or 3 coats on these guys before I bring them along. And that is that. Hope this helps. Thanks.